And I can't believe you remembered where I live. That's so cool. So thank you very much. But I'm sorry I missed you. I had another class. It would have been lovely to see you. But thank you anyway. And then for the rest, we'll just wait for Minion to actually sit on his mat. What's wrong? Minion's tired, so we're all tired. Thank you, Gillian. Thank you very much for your email yesterday.
We needed
as well. That was very nice of you. We need a break. I think. I think we all need a break. So we've decided to take Monday off.
Yes.
So Monday there will be no class, but we're also doing a slow week this week just to kind of recover a little bit, which means it's Hatha yoga today, which is lovely. So with that said, you can sit with your legs forward and just relax. I think everyone is in now. Yes, we can go. So legs forward, flex your feet, and just relax your back. So don't worry too much about sitting up upright. We're going to do that soon. Just flex the feet and press the knees into the floor. You can sit however you want. Actually, don't worry too much about the upper body. So flex the feet and press the knees into the floor. And then just relax. Now you're going to sit up nice and high. So find your tailbone and then roll it up until you're at the top. Shrug your shoulders back. Put your hands in your chest. And the fun thing about Hatha classes is you get to close your eyes quite a lot. So sit up nice and high. Make sure that navel to spine feeling is there. Make sure you're nice and straight in the lumbar spine. Everything is in a natural curve. The shoulders are shrugged back and down. Hands into your chest. Flex your feet. Push your knees into the floor, close your eyes, tuck in your chin, and just sit like that. And focus on your breathing. So your eyes are closed. We're not going to move, so you don't have to worry about looking. Take nice deep breaths in and out. While you're breathing, remember to keep that navel to spine feeling. So don't let go of your tummy and kind of just relax. It's not necessarily a relaxing position. It's one where you have to focus on keeping your back straight, keeping your feet flexed, pushing your knees into the floor, navel to spine. So you kind of have to tighten that belt around your waist and see if that's going to push you up a little bit higher. Maybe lighten the load on your back. Shrug the shoulders back because you tend to shrug it forward when you start to relax. And then you do the checklists. You breathe in and out, nice and slow. Control the breathing. I'm going to keep talking. I don't think it's going to be this relaxing for me. And then you check. Feet flexed, knees into the floor, sitting up on your seat bones, your ischium trochanter. Navel to spine, make sure that's tucked in. Tighten that belt around your waist, shrug the shoulders back. Tuck in the chin, push that knob at the back of your head, push it back. It's got a name, which I forgot. And then do it again. Check the list. Breathe normally. I'm already sweating.
Harder.
Flex the feet. Push the knees into the floor. Tighten that belt around your waist. Tuck in your chin. Straighten out and hold. Shoulders down. Close your eyes, tuck in the chin, and just breathe normally. And again, flex the feet. Push the knees into the floor. Shrug the shoulders back. Straighten out, tighten the belt. And just hold. Now start to relax. Let go of the feet, roll back. Just make sure you don't bump anything at the back. So make sure you're in the middle of your mat. Slowly roll it down, very slowly, so that you can stack your spine down. And then once that's on the floor, you can start to relax from the bottom up until your shoulders is on the mat. And I've got fancy stretches and stuff for tomorrow, so we won't do it today. And just let your feet splay open, hands next to your sides, palms looking up, shoulders shrugged into the floor. And first you're going to do the same thing. You're going to relax everything. Make sure your back's okay. And then you're going to just make sure that navel is to the spine, that ribs is tucked in, shoulders is back and down, and the chin is tucked in. Now, this one isn't a fun one to hold. You know this one. You're going to try and hold that neck up a little bit. So relax everything first. With this one, while you're relaxing, is you tend to pick up your shoulders and you tend to want to use your abs to pick up your head and the more bigger neck flexors instead of the deep neck flexors. So relax the feet, relax everything, and then tuck that tailbone up slightly just to engage that level to spine feeling, tuck the ribs in, relax the shoulders. Then put one hand behind your head on that bump at the back of your head. Now, the distance with your hand from the floor is about half an inch, maybe an inch, depending on how big your hand is. So, what you want to maintain is that difference exactly. You don't want to pick it up, your head up afterwards. You just want to hold it in position once you slide the hand down. So, slide the hand down and don't push your head into it because you're going to have to slide it down and maintain the height. Before you even do that, tuck the chin in and push. Just make sure you're not lifting, you're not tucking in and lifting the head up. Make sure the navel to spine feeling is there. Relax the other shoulder. When this other hand comes down, it needs to just relax. Okay, so that's the height you're going to go for. Tuck in the chin, then slide the hand out, put it wherever, and maintain the height. It's very tempting to shrug your shoulders up. It's very tempting to use your abs. So maintain that slight back flexion by tucking in the tailbone. And just hold there. You can't hold it for more than 40 seconds, 20 seconds. It's very painful. Try not to lift up. As soon as you feel you've lifted up, you know that you've compromised the position. So maintain that. I mean, you can even try it by sliding your hand under and see if it's still the same height. Tuck in the chin, don't lift up the head. It's an instant headache. Drop it down, relax. Am I the only one who finds this extremely difficult? I mean, I understand because I've got that hunchback look, but I find this is an instant headache. What do you think of that, Louis?
It's not a headache, but it's hard.
Okay, we're going to do that one more time as our holding position. So relax, tuck the tailbone in, and behind your head on that bump. Tuck in your chin so that you know you're not going to lift up the head even higher and think that's a chin tuck. And then shrug the shoulders back once you've got it, hold it. Bring out the hand, tuck in the chin. Remember not to flare the ribs and arch the back. Keep that in. Don't lift up. Don't use your abs to lift you up. Relax your feet if you can. You can take your hand out, Louis.
Oh, sorry.
Stop listening again.
I realised it started.
Remember to breathe. Remember not to compensate. And drop it down. Oh. Okay, so I know this is my weakness. Take a nice deep breath in. Arms over the head, roll it up. All the way to the top, nice and slow. Keep your feet where it is. Make sure your bum is out so that you don't pinch anything, your hamstrings, and just slide forward. Find your maximum stretch for your back or your hamstring. Shrug the shoulders back and just hold it there. Roll it back up. Okay, onto your hands and knees. And we're actually just going to go up to a standing. We're not going to flow today. So up to a standing. If Louis listens.
He said hands and knees.
I said hands and knees and then actually up to a standing.
Delayed reaction.
He really doesn't listen to me. Okay. Take your feet to the side of the mat, slightly turned out. You can always turn it out a little bit more when you go down. We're going to go up with our arms. We're going to go into that pose, garland pose. So slide all the way down and then adjust yourself so that you can drop your tailbone down and so sore. Arms pushing into the inside of your legs, and then you can start to straighten out your back as you start to go down into that pose. Do move around. We're going to hold the pose, but you can always move around in the pose if you're uncomfortable. I've got quite a big forward lean today because it's excruciating today. Usually I don't feel this, but I do feel it today. Drop that tailbone down. Straighten out the chest. Keep the navel to spine and just hold that. Push the arms open with your, push the legs open with your arms. You can close your eyes again. Tuck in your chin. Drop your tailbone. I'm struggling in this one today. My tailbone can only drop to there. And just hold that. Straighten out your torso if you can. Definitely have a pinch in my hip. Hold that position. Tuck the chin in. Straighten out the chest even more. Tuck the tailbone in and hold. You can move around if your leg starts to feel a little bit pained. And breathe. Straighten out. It does get painful. Then just put your hands down and go back to your hands and knees. This time. Tuck your toes under and just push into a cat stretch. And back to a neutral spine. Toes tucked under. We're just going to lift back the left leg and we're going to hold it there. That's all we're going to do. So you're going to make sure that navel is to the spine, that glute is tucked up so that that lifts up the leg. You're not swaying to the side that you're standing on. Try and keep that squared out. You can go onto your fists if your wrists is taking a bit of a beating from all our downward dog and plank classes. This helps a lot. So if you go onto your fist, you're going to have no pressure in your balls, that's the nails, wrists. Keep the navel to spine. Keep that leg lifted. Try not to sway from side to side. Squeeze that bottom. Navel to spine, ribs in. And bring it back. Push back to child's pose and wiggle it down. You can release your hands now if it wasn't a fist. I would suggest wiggling a little bit so that that side muscles in the waist loosens up a little bit, attaching to your ischium, iliac crest. I always get the words wrong. And then bring it back. Onto your fists again, if you have the wrists that's a bit sore, send back the other leg, flex the foot, keep the bum tucked in, don't sway to the side that you're standing on. And just hold, navel to spine. Squeeze that bottom. Tuck the tummy in. Squeeze the bum. Remember to squeeze the bum, tummy in, and bring it down. Child's pose. I can't hold it longer than that. I should. I'm very lazy. And then back, hands and knees, and then just come back to a standing. Roll it up. We're going to hold a warrior. I know. It's going to be tough. So take your legs wide. Turn out, let's say, the right foot. Make sure that back foot is planted. We've just done garden pose, so you will probably feel this a little bit in that back hip. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Take your legs as wide as possible because we're going to hold it. See if you can really go for it. Now this hip is turned forward as much as you can. Don't force it if you can't do it. And your toes is going to go towards the outside. So if it doesn't go towards the outside, if you have your knees bobbing in, you've got that internal hip rotation, push it out with your hand and hold it there. Don't lift up your arm. Make sure that knee stays out. Okay, with those hips turned in, because as soon as you turn that hip in, that knee wants to go as well. And you're trying to avoid that. Back leg nice and strong, the whole foot on the floor. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And then we're going to drop our knee down in that bend with the arms drop and then check it. If you have that knee bobbing in, hold on to it the whole time. If you don't, that's fine. Shrug the shoulders back. Arms straight. You can look forwards and back to see if they're in line, to see if your shoulders is not doing this. Needs to be straight. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Tuck the standing bum in. Keep that leg straight. You can really bend into that leg if you want. Navel to spine. Waist turn forward. You can close your eyes because we're not going to move. You can breathe it out. Tuck in the standing bum. Make sure the knee goes out. Bend it in a little bit more. You can. The stronger that back leg is holding you, the less pressure is in the front leg. So if you really tuck this back leg in, you will be able to hold a lot of that weight that goes to the front knee in the back leg. So think about that. As soon as you get tired, shrug that back bum in. We will take a little break by just inhaling, lifting the arms up, straightening out that front leg, and then exhaling it down again. Shrug the shoulders. If your arms get tired, drop them down. Relax, shrug them back. Wait until they feel better, and then you can lift them up again. You shouldn't be in pain. You should try and compensate the pain by squeezing that back leg in, helping with the front leg. If your shoulders get tired, you can always stand in a prayer position with the shoulders tucked back. That's beautiful. And that's up to you, so you choose. Tuck in the bum. Let that front knee in. You can close your eyes. Try not to lean forward. Just hold that position. Wherever you want to hold it, that's up to you. It doesn't matter. Take a nice deep breath in, just straighten out that leg a little bit. And on the exhale, drop it back in, hold. Tighten up. Hands in prayer position for you. If your shoulders get tired, focus on the legs. You can always take it back to straight arms as soon as you're ready. Just hold that. Bend it in a little bit more if you can. And straighten out. Step it in, be careful, because you've been in quite a long stance. Kick it out. That is so painful. Kick it out. We'll go to the other side, but I think it's important to just level out the hips. So just put your feet hip distance apart. Tuck your tailbone in. Shrug your shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in. Keep the shoulders down. Arms next to your ears, tummy tucked in. Just go into a chair pose. And then come down, just sweep the floor, stay down, keep the legs bent, fold over your knees. That's going to feel great. Drop your neck down, drop your shoulders. And roll it up. All the way to the top. Shrug the shoulders back. And if you're ready, take your knees wide, legs wide again. And we're turning out the other foot, making sure that back foot's planted. So we did the checklist again, and I'm just talking a lot to get the time passed, because I do struggle to hold positions, I get bored. So make sure that back leg is strong, that bum's tucked in. Again, try and turn the hips to the front of the mat, of the room, the long side, shoulders shrug back. Bend that front knee in, Make sure that knee goes out. If your knee doesn't go out, you are the person that's going to hold on to your knee the whole time. So Louis has got quite an issue trying to get his knee out, so he needs to really focus on that. But he's getting there. There we go. Shrug the shoulders back. You can straighten out the arms, but if they get tired, don't worry too much. Put a lot of pressure in that back leg. That's going to keep you up. You can bend that front knee in a little bit more. Try not to lean. Keep it on top of your pelvis. Knee out, hands into prayer. Wherever you want your arms. You can straighten them out if you want to feel powerful. Bring them into prayer position if you just want to relax a little bit more. But hold the position. Let that back leg. So do the checklist. Breathe. You can close your eyes. You can breathe normally. You can check. Is my back foot on the floor? Is that back leg? Is that back leg strong? And is that back bum tucked in? Is the front knee over the little toes? Is my knee bent enough? Am I leaning or am I straight? Push yourself straight if you're leaning. My arms is out. Is it straight? Is the shoulders straight? Is my tummy tucked in? Is my tailbone slightly tucked in? Not a lot. Just a slight tuck so that you don't arch. Lean forward with your chest. We're going to lift up the arms, straighten out that leg a little bit. And then push it back. Into warrior. Is the back foot on the floor? Is the back bum tucked in? Is the tummy level to spine? Is the front knee over the little toes? Is the shoulders back and down? Or in prayer, that's up to you. Is my back leg taking the power of my front one? You can take a nice deep breath in, straighten out that front leg. Take a nice deep breath in, shrug the shoulders back down into that warrior. Back foot down, back leg strong. Front knee bent over the little toes, tummy tucked in. Torso turned forward. Have the shoulders up. If you get tired, your knee's going to start to go in, so just be aware of that. Drop the shoulders down, hands into prayer, and you can straighten out and come back into position. So much pain. Okay, let's square out. Tuck the tailbone in. Feet
walking on stilts.
Feet hip distance apart. Take a nice deep breath in, shrug the shoulders back and down. Chair pose. Forward bend. Then keep the knees bent. Sorry, just lean into that. Relax into that. You can put your knees on the floor and push back to child's pose. Wiggle your bum down.
What are you doing?
While doing. And we're going to turn ourselves around onto our backs. Roll ourselves down. Hug in the knees. Take the feet to the floor. And we're going to start to do twisting motions with a little bit more precision. So you're going to take your left leg down, or the one that takes you to the front so that you can see me. Put the other leg on top of the leg and turn it over. And then once you've turned it over, you are taking...
Straight leg like this.
Hmm?
Straight leg below.
Yes, like usually. But you can actually, just bearing in mind, don't push this knee to the floor. What you can actually do is you can either grip it quite a lot over that hamstring, pull it in a little bit, and that's going to shut off a few of your lumbar segments, and that's going to give your stretch a little bit higher up. So you can either do that, See, keep the opposite shoulder down. See if you can really get those upper lumbar sections to twist, or you can loosen it. Just have your fingertips over that hamstring tendon, and that opens up into the lower lumbar twist. So this one is obviously easier because it's a little bit more twisting into all the segments. But if you have a very tight back, try and grab that whole hamstring tendon, which is that thing under your above your knee, which tightens up if you pull your hamstrings. So grab the whole one and see if you can keep that shoulder down, rotating over, and that's gonna just target a little bit higher up into your lumbar spine. You feel it?
Mm.
So some people need they can get quite stuck. So some people need a little bit more precision twisting. Now, in terms of the rest of your body, if you're struggling to get that shoulder down, just hold on to it and add a little bit of weight with your arm and hold it wherever. So if you can only get up to there, if you don't have that flexibility in your spine, that's absolutely fine. As long as you keep the twist and try actively to push that down, even though it doesn't go down, but you're trying, that's good enough. You don't have to have that shoulder on the floor. Not everyone has that flexibility. But if you are not on the floor, just push that down as far as you can. So just actively try and squeeze it down. And just hold that position. So find where you want to stretch in that spine and hold it and breathe. Keep the tummy tucked in though, navel to spine to protect you. So we always do this one, but I got this little tip yesterday that if you want to target the upper lumbar, you need to grab over a little bit tightly. Maybe get your knuckles over that tendon of the hamstring, rec fem. And rotate it back. Don't go all the way back yet. Grab again where you feel fit. If you think you need a little bit more of a stretch, just go for it. And then bring it back down again. Don't lift up the shoulder, but if you are lifting up, do keep it actively pushing down. We're just using our leg because usually you have a foam roller there, which makes it a lot easier to do this. It keeps you at a certain height and you're able to just relax. And slowly rotate it back. It's a big rotation for the spine. And come back to the middle, straighten out your spine on the mat. Keep your feet underneath your knees. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And just do spinal curls. You can close your eyes and do that. There is a lot of muscles around your spine, and if one of them just tensed up, you might have gone too far. It's okay.
This feels like I'm going downhill
Okay. Like, you're not doing a spinal curl, that's why.
now. No, I am. Obviously.
Okay, we're going to go to the other side. So press the other leg down. Grab with the bottom leg. Now again, you can really go over. Have that hamstring tendon be your guide as to where you want to pull it. No further than that. Keep the opposite shoulder down and then rotate over. Don't push down the leg. Only take it to where it can go and get that twist into the spine. And you can always release. Just have your fingertips over that tendon, and that's going to add the whole spine. But you can do both actually, then you don't have to just do one. Keep the tummy in, keep the shoulder down. And again, you can see my shoulder down now. If your shoulder is hanging over there and you just can't get it over, that's absolutely fine. Just try and push it down actively and not just relax there. And if you can do that, that's fine. What I do see is that Louis does have rotation in his spine, so that's not your problem.
Do I?
Yeah. So rotation in his spine is not his back problem. I'm thinking his piriformis is pulling on his sacrotuberous joint, tightening it up.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
bring it back to the middle. Slowly, and then bring your feet in and spinal curl again, up and down, up and down. Just loosen up the back. Make sure it's okay. It has been twisting quite a bit. And then hug in your knees, nice and tight. We're going to finish with a hamstring stretch. And I was wondering whether we should do it lying down or sitting up. I don't know. What do you think, Louis?
I don't know. Sitting up going to be easier.
I don't know. Okay, let's do it sitting up. So hug in your knees and roll down. So Louis' question is sitting up easier kind of gave me the answer that I was looking for. Okay, sit up nice and high. Straighten out your legs in front of you. Flex your feet, push your knees down as far as you can. Now, my knees doesn't look down, so don't be guided by that. I've got a big ass, so that's keeping me in the air. So ignore me. There's a lot of meat there. So again, straighten out nice and tight. Keep your tailbone tucked in. No, don't keep your tailbone tucked in. Keep your back straight, keep your tummy tucked in. Shrug your shoulders back, hands into your chest. So it's the same as where we started. Flex your feet. And we're going to pivot forward in this position. So you've got that prayer position. Your hands is pushing you back so that you don't do this. Don't look at your knees, look at your toes. And just go to wherever that pivot stops you. Keep your feet flexed and hold it there. It's a little bit more of an active stretch because you are actively resisting falling forward and you are pivoting from the hips. So just keep that navel to spine feeling, keep shrugging back your shoulders, keep up, and just hold that. You can close your eyes because we're going to hold that for a bit. Now, if your lower back gets really sore, then this is not for you. Then just pivot slightly and hold, or just go down and then arch your back, and go down and arch your back. But this should be okay because we are pivoting from the hip and we're not bending that back in. Keep that navel to spine. Very powerful. Nice little core work. It's sneaky core. Keep the feet flexed. Now rotate it back up to the top. Shrug the shoulders back. Sit nice and high. Keep your tailbone, tummy tucked in, not tailbone. Shrug your shoulders back and down. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, arms over our head. You're nice and straight again. Keep the arms next to your head. So don't drop your head. You know about the chin tuck. Don't drop your arms and only go to where you feel your arms is going to start to drop. Soon as you can see your ears, someone can see your ears, you've dropped your arms. So only go to where that arm drop is going to happen and then hold it there. Shoulders shrugged back, tummy tucked in. You're pivoting from the hip, so you should actively try and pivot from the hip. Now, depending on the length of your hamstrings, some of you won't be able to do that very far. Keep the feet flexed, keep the arms next to your ears and hold. No one said the Hatha class is going to be easy. And lift it back up to the top, straighten out your spine, arms next to your ears, hands into your chest again. Okay, we go again. Pivot forward, exhale down. Look at your toes, don't look at your knees. Keep everything nice and straight. But this time it's nice. We're going to start to slide the arms down to wherever you can reach. Shrug the shoulders back. Keep the tummy tucked in. Keep that feet flexed. Knees pushing down, which makes this active because your quads are working. And now we're going to inhale. We usually do that. Inhale, lift a little bit. We're not going to necessarily tabletop. We're just going to ease a little bit off to give some space. And you're going to exhale, trying to get your chest towards your knees. So you're moving forward instead of down. So exhale, moving forward instead of down. And then inhale, just a little bit of space. Shrug the shoulders back. You can close your eyes. And then exhale, moving the chest towards your knees and feet, which makes it a pivot. Inhale, a little bit of space. Keep the back straight. So try not to collapse your spine. Try and keep it straight. Exhale. Chest. Inhale, release. Exhale. And you should Be able to go a little bit further. Again, you don't have to fold double. Folding double is a double hypermobile jointing action. You just need to loosen up whatever is tight. Now this is a little bit of a strain on the back because you are pivoting and you tend to want to collapse a little bit. So try not to collapse. And then on your last inhale, lift it up all the way to the top, straighten out. You should feel that. Shrug the shoulders back. Put your hands behind you and just arch your back a little bit. Hold that arch, don't over arch, just lengthen. You're kind of lengthening your spine to go over a big beach ball. And, and also you can lift up your bum a little bit while you're arching over, just to lighten the load on your tailbone. Keep the navel to spine feeling. Shoulders back and down. Lighten, lighten, lighten. And slowly come back onto your spine. Cross your legs. Take a nice deep breath in. Go all the way down, collapse down, round out your back. And kind of just walk, stretch yourself like you would in a child's pose to where you can go. You can drop your head now if you want. And roll it up. Louis has set that our time is run up.
Oh, no, I'm going to go, but you can.
Shrug the shoulders back. Hands into your chest. You are done for today.